Hello YouTube, I'm Tim and welcome to part 2 of my DVD and it's just a Blu-ray update this time around for July 2019, plus 2 more birthday hiccups I have to show off that I got on my birthday, which was June the 30th of this year, and it's after midnight on a Wednesday night, making it Thursday morning, so it's officially August the 1st. So I'm a little bit late to getting this video filmed, so please bear with me. It's now August, but this is for July. Just have a couple Blu-rays to show off for this final July update video. From Dark Force and Code Red, I got the Blu-ray edition, A Dead Pit, which has this glossy slip cover that when you put it under the light, this glows in the dark. And haven't opened it up yet, so I haven't watched this at all. I have the DVD edition sitting on my shelf, but yeah, I don't watch zombie movies as much as I watch other horror movies. I mean, I like Night of the Living Dead, but I don't think I've gotten as much into the zombie movies enough to watch something like this right away. But this is a region A, B, C, multi-region Blu-ray, and it says it's R-rated, but that's a typo. It should be unrated. This has a brand new 2K scan from the original negative, with extensive scene-by-scene correction, and an on-camera interview with the film stars Cheryl Lawson and Jeremy Slate, as well as director Brent Leonard and writer-producer Guymel Everett. So it doesn't have everything from the 2-disc DVD. I'm assuming there's some trailers on here. There's usually trailers as well. But here's a little synopsis on the back. Dr. Ramsey Danny Gotchnarer, a deviant who enjoys torturing his patients, is killed by a fellow doctor and buried in the basement of a mental health facility. 20 years later, the hospital is up and running again, and a Jane Doe, Cheryl Lawson, arrives at the institute with amnesia. Upon her arrival, a major earthquake rocks the building and unearths the now undead Ed Ramsey and his legion of zombie patients so he can continue his work. And I've seen the trailer for this, and the girl in this reminds me of the girl from Hellraiser, so I think, at least in the first Hellraiser, you had a girl that was in a mental hospital as well. But, I want to show this slip cover glow in the dark. So get it nice and shined on. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Don't think that's gonna show up very well. Let's try shutting this off for a second. I don't know if that'll make much difference. If I turn that off, if the cam will still get it or not. Let's try getting into the background a little bit. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna show up. the monitor on. So I'm going to turn the light back on, and then my face won't look as white. And I did more Star Wars toy collecting this month, and I had to save the rest of my money for groceries and bills after that. But I did buy one other Blu-ray besides the Knight Rider Blu-ray I showed off in part 1. Another Code Red one that had a Dark Force that's, I think Ronin Flicks and Diabolique DVD had this one up for sale, but then I think they both sold off all their copies, so I think Ronin Flicks has the rest that are left. Unless some more copies show up mysteriously. The slasher is The Sex Maniac. This is an Italian giallo film, a little bit sexy. It's also called So Sweet, So Dead. This is completely English dubbed version, as far as I can tell. List a brand new HD scan done in 2017 with extensive color correction done here in the US. It's rated R. This is from, I think, the mid to late 60s, so I think this, I don't know if this was released in 66 and then just got re-released later when they started film ratings, because it's listed as R. It's 101 minutes and anamorphic widescreen 1.78, region A locked. English dubbed. One day you'll get closer to the violence of death, but this is as far as we dare take you with any hope of bringing you back. Stars Farley Granger and Silva Koshina, as opposed to Sylvia Koshina, which is an Americanized version of her name. Her name's Silva Koshina, but sometimes she gets credited in English dubbed Italian movies as being known as Silvia Koshina. Only beautiful women, only if they are evil, and when they are caught in the act, he commits the ultimate brutality. The slasher is the sex maniac. Here's what it says for synopsis. A naked woman is found murdered and mutilated in a prosperous small province town in southern Italy. But who killed her and why? Inspector Capuana, Farley Granger, strangers on a train, Rope, and Arnold investigates what turns out to be a string of savage murders. It turns out to be a string of savage murders in which unfaithful women are targeted as they play around behind their husbands' backs. Now the killer, who wears a black fedora, gloves, and trench coat as he stalks and photographs his victims, is becoming more relentless in a depraved quest to purge the world of what he believes to be immoral souls. Also starring Silva Koshina, Lisa and the Devil, Hercules, and Hornet's Nest. So she was Princess Iole, Hercules' love interest in Hercules, and then she was in Hercules Unchained, and then Mario Bava's Lisa and the Devil, but which got re-edited into the House of Exorcism, and then Hornet's Nest, which I haven't heard of before. This notorious Italian shocker, also known as So Sweet, So Dead, is now presented fully authorized and in HD for the first time. In this case, even though I haven't taken out the shrink wrap, this case is loose. I don't know if it broke on the inside or what happened. It doesn't list any extras, but I believe there's a trailer on here for this movie, and then from what I read in the review, I think there's some other Italian horror movie trailers on here as well. So, it's one I got from Dark Force, Code Red Italian Horror Giallo. The slasher is the sex maniac, aka So Sweet, So Dead. Really sexy pre-slasher movie. Something like slasher movie, but this is just Italian Giallo. So I got that from Dark Force, and I got the Code Red Dark Force Blu-ray, a dead pit with the glowing slipcover. So that's it for my Blu-ray update. Just these two Dark Force Code Red Blue Horror Blues. Slasher is the Sex Maniac and Dead Pit. So late 80s, and this is, I believe, mid 60s. But I had two more birthday pickups to show off that I got on June 30th. Just a couple t-shirts. My brother and his fiance know I'm a Star Wars fan, so they got me a couple Star Wars t-shirts for my birthday, and they're both black colored, so I haven't worn this one yet. It says Star Wars, the Millennium, has a picture of the Millennium Falcon on it. So I haven't really worn that yet, since it's been so hot, and you don't want to wear black when it's hot out. But think back early July, late June, it was a little bit cooler, but it was still kind of hot. So I did wear this other one that I got from my brother and his fiance for my birthday. It's a periodic table of Star Wars villains. And for each color, you have a different villain. So it looks like all the Jabba the Hutt Tatooine characters are either blue or green, and then you got a few other villains that are yellow, monsters. And then it looks like the Empire is mainly red. Except for a few, they're droids. Those are the bounty hunters, seem to be all blue, but mainly the rest don't know if that's supposed to be one of those pig guys from Cloud City or not. I don't know if that's hair. Yeah, that's just hair. So, let's see. Take the cam. There's Salacious. Well, that's not Salacious Crumb, but that is Salacious Crumb. That one little monkey bird like character that sits on Jabba's throne. And the green, some sort of pig looking thing, like those little pig guys in Empire Strikes Back in Cloud City. And then you got the green Gamorrean guard, the pig guard from Jabba's palace right next to him. And then top Jabba the Hutt, and then Jabba's major domo, Bib Fortuna. And then the bounty hunters that mainly work for Jabba: Boba Fett, Bosk, Dengar. Okay. Sorry. And then that one droid. Bounty hunter. And then Greedo. And there you have, I believe, the original Death Star and from the first Star Wars movie, and then the new Death Star from Return of the Jedi. There you see all the vehicles that the Empire used in the different movies. Down at the bottom. There's a Jawa next to the Bantha, or not the Bantha, the Wampa snow monster, and then I believe that's a Tusken Raider, also known as the Sandman, and then Greedo. So let me put this shirt down, so maybe we can take a better look at it, but I'm going on almost 18 minutes, so I want to wrap this up. The periodic table of Star Wars villains. The red is the Empire, yellow is the droids, white is the ships, yellow is creatures, green is aliens, and blue is bounty hunters. So all the guys in red are the Empire. See, you get Emperor Palpatine, Grand Moff Tarkin, Darth Vader, and some Imperial guy, and one of the Emperor's Royal Guards, Stormtrooper, some sort of black-colored Stormtrooper that rides in one of those, that pilots one of those ships, and then one of the Stormtroopers on planet Hoth, and then those Stormtrooper biker scouts that ride those biker vehicle thingies, and then Death Star guy, and then some other pilot, and then the droid that gave Princess Leia a shot and interrogated her in the original Star Wars, and then that another droid that Chewbacca screams or yells at in Star Wars, and then one of those evil droids from Empire. And there's some, the yellow are the creatures. And that looks like there's a Rancor right there. There's Jabba. And Bib Fortuna. Boba Fett, Bosk, Dengar, and one droid bounty hunter, I can't say his name. Greedo, and then just two different Death Stars and all the different spaceships that all the villains wear. So, periodic table of Star Wars villains. This is one shirt that I got for my birthday from my brother and his fiance that I did wear, so let me just take a look once more at this other Star Wars t-shirt. And this other one just says Star Wars on the inside. And it says Star Wars on the outside, and then you get the Millennium Falcon. So that is it for part 2 of my July update and birthday pickups. So don't know exactly what I'm gonna do in August, which is now. I will go to Walmart later. See what they have. So that's it for my July update videos and the last of my birthday pickups. So I'm Tim, and thank you for watching my update video. Watch another update video coming soon to this YouTube channel.